Hey coaches, Coach Barry here. Here's a cross-ice task that I like to run. So we're going to use the task sketch. We're going to create our environment. Draw a line. Now this is going to be a cross-ice game, so which means that I'm going to use the cross-ice format. Beautiful. And what I want to do is I want to put them inside the circles. So we're going to just drop those circles in. As you can see, the task sketch really allows you to be able to play with what's going on in the space. It's nice and simple. I'm going to run a center line down the middle. So we're going to run a center line. Okay, center line is just going to give us two different zones. So we've got offense and defense. Now with this one, what I wanted to spend some time on is working on face-offs as well. So we would start this task with a face-off. And I'm going to prime those players. Okay. So from the face-off dot, what we would expect is that we want to actually see goals scored from only inside the circle, and the circle you have to pass inside the circle. So this would basically mean that if these guys won the puck, this player would have to step in, receive and have a shot on. So that would then give us an indicator of what's happening. So every time a goal is scored, it has to be passed into the circle to basically one of your players before you can score on net. The goalies. So it's a really simple task. Every time a goal is scored, go back to the face-off again. So this way you're working on your face-offs, you're working on the draw, you get to work on attacking systems and defending systems as well. What I'm going to do is different constraints will give us different outcomes. So let's start off with the standard constraints. So we're going to standard constraints. It's going to be, it's a cross-ice game. So cross-ice is 3v3. Another constraint is going to be face-offs. And this gives us the benefit of being able to work on face-offs without having to actually work on face-offs. And sometimes when you incorporate face-offs into one of your small area games, it allows you to tick those boxes. It's sort of saying to yourself, what are the subcategories that I need to work on? And one of those things could be face-offs. One of those things could be a breakout behind the net. These are all those habits that you want to create, all those subcategories that you want to work on. And instead of spending 10 minutes on that, you just incorporate that inside your task. So what else do I want to work on with this? So we're working on 3-on-3. So we know the next constraint is goals scored inside circle after pass. Now, reason we're doing this is because what we want to try and do is get people to the front of net. A lot of time kids won't go to the front of net, they tend to just hang high. So this is now putting somebody in front of net. And this also helps the goalies. So when we put a player in front of net, the goalies now have to spend time tracking. So they get to sample different versions of what that looks like. So now it's not just tracking the puck, it's now tracking who else is involved. So what does my skate look like? Am I square to the shooter, and also do I have my eye on the other person? So there's lots of different versions of that, giving the athletes, the goalies, the players, lots of sampling to work on different techniques and different skills. Now, if I was to look at this in a real perspective, what I would say is, if we were saying this would be, say, a 13U task, I would set a time task. So a time task would mean that basically when you enter the zone, you have 7 seconds to score. And inside that 7 seconds, if you don't, you throw the puck into the corner and you reset back. So that keeps the game flowing. I don't want them just to keep skating around. It also reduces the amount of strength training. So if you've got a line that's quite strong versus a line that needs more experience, it doesn't seem to lock them in all the time. It means if you throw the puck, get back below your line, it gives them the ability to break out and have an attacking system. That way you're giving everyone a chance. So with 15U, I would work on pressure. So the pressure would be that I would change the time space. So this would be, I would be saying that as soon as they step over, they have 3 seconds to score. Now that may sound pretty harsh, But in 3 seconds, that's a step over the line, quick pass and things. That teaches players to get to front of net as quickly as possible. That teaches players to look for affordances, look for that pass, and it also gives the defensive team not enough time to protect, so they've got to be preparing for that from losing the face-off. It also gives the ability to win face-offs and score goals. You watch the NHL today, a lot of goals are scored directly from face-off, from 2 passes. So this gives you the ability to be able to understand what that looks like. Beautiful. Hope you like this one, Coach, and have a great day.